Crunchy.
Hello, Crunch community. We're back and we're reacting to King of the Hill season 14 credits sequence, the reveal. And I got my merch already packed. I'm a huge King of the Hill fan. I think it's probably like top three adult animation cartoon. Um,
I
like
mean, it's up there. It's part of the Mount Rushmore of adult animation,
I
and
think so. I
it,
think
it
so.
definitely is part of the Mount Rushmore.
And like I don't know, I just and it's so funny, man. When I was a kid, like I thought this was it was the most boringest show ever. Um, because like it's just a bunch of dudes just standing around. And then I don't know how old I must have been when I just decided to give it a chance. And yeah, it was really good. Like it was really
Yeah,
good. I liked it. It was also talking about just like freaking being around Texas, and they do like little Texas jokes in there, like where they go to Dallas and like K Kill, he locks his
hmm
doors. Like, oh, we're going
yeah,
to that.
yeah, yeah.
So
There-
it's
There's
just
a lot of like just Texas humor in there, which I think this is why like a lot of people in Texas just like love this show. But yeah, I agree with you. There's a lot of it that I didn't quite understand when I was younger watching the reruns.
yeah.
But when I decided to like rewatch it, like maybe 8 years ago, I decided to watch everything from start to finish, and I was like, I really liked it. I thought a lot of the humor hit still to this
Yeah.
day, and like living as an older adult, like I get the jokes way more
Yeah.
now, and as when I was a kid, they would just like fly over me, and I really truly enjoyed it, like being a little bit older. Especially Bobby. I think Bobby became more humorous to me as an adult versus a child, but I just think it's hilarious.
That boy ain't right. And it's just so like even now I think it just aged very well. Like even all the quotes are still like very funny. Like it really doesn't rely on time. Like it's still
hmm
aged pretty well. The life lessons in this show are really good too. Like
Yeah.
that's one thing that I don't particularly like. New Family Guy. Family Guy just doesn't have the moral lessons that they used to, like in the early seasons.
Yeah.
But in
Yeah,
this one, you
I understand that too because King of the Hill I feel like had a lot of morality in it. Like there's a lot you could take
yeah,
away from it. As to like now, I mean, I haven't seen anything recent Family Guy. I can't even
yeah,
begin to tell you what it is, but I know it's not very well liked right now. But
yeah.
even
It's
like
just
still like even as we started kind of phasing out of Family Guy, which was like what I think I started phasing out of Family Guy like at 2012, 2013 maybe. And
wow.
then like I just remember some of those episodes and I'm just like, what is going on? It's like it kind of just feels like a lot of nothingness and just kind of there to make you laugh in some places, but really, really nothing you can take away from it.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. It's just a really overall good show, man. And it's I think it's timeless, and I'm pretty excited for this reboot. I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, they're gonna screw it up. I don't think you can. I don't know if you think you can kill it as long as you get the characters right, and you know I think I have high expectations for it, and I think
Okay,
they're
well,
gonna.
let's not say you can't mess it up. You can definitely mess this
You
up.
can, you
You
can,
can. We live in
but I
2025,
feel like
dude.
the margin of error or the probability of error is very small. I think it's very small
I think it's still very big. You can definitely mess this up.
because
There is definitely a way to mess up the old fan base from King of the Hill, and the new fan base of King of you are going to displease one of them. It's just a matter of how many you're going to displease at this point. Because you got to think about it like the older generation who loved King of the Hill
yeah,
probably aren't big fans of like how they're turning Bobby into like a young adult now and like the young adult humor that probably you and I will probably latch onto. Um, and then I know Hank is an older adult now, so hopefully they're able to blend both worlds together.
yeah.
That's what I want. I want them to blend both worlds, but they could definitely lean on either side a little too heavy, and it could definitely take away a certain age based demographic.
I'll say one thing though is that so this is by Hulu, and Hulu did revive Futurama,
True.
and it was very scary because they weren't going to bring back DiMaggio,
hmm
DiMaggio, I think, as Bender, but there was enough pull to where they brought him back. And I think I've seen a few episodes of the revival, and it's pretty good.
Yeah,
It's still Futurama, so
yeah.
that's
It
why
still
I
feels
like
like Futurama, which
I
is good.
still so I have a lot of confidence in this one. But
But this one, I feel like the reason why I feel like this one has a big margin to mess up is because they're blending different generations now. Like
mm,
before, it was just like Hank Hill and his family, and having Bobby and the kids kind of just play into that generation and kind of feeding into like the parenting side. But now we're going to see a different generation of parenting, which is, I think, is quite honestly what's been going on. If they go in the right steps, like, they have the older generation still living with the parents because they can't really buy a house because of the market and all that stuff. So I think there's definitely a way to blend this world together, and that's why I feel like they can also lean too heavy on each side, to where the older adults just don't really latch on to the humor. The younger people may not find the older generation
yeah.
humor as entertaining. So we're gonna have to find that balance, and I hope they find the balance here.
All right. I'm itching to see this intro, man. I hope they got the rock guitar. Have you already
They
seen it?
I have seen it, and
Okay.
I did a pause each session. So I hope that you do the same, because I think there's a lot to take away in this opening credit scene.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go through it the whole
Yeah.
thing,
Just go
and
through
then
the
we'll go
whole
back
thing
and pause it.
first. Yeah.
And pause it.
Go through the whole thing.
Yeah.
Just kind of soak up as much as you can.
Oh, okay. So there's a little fast forward in time.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell? Oh, COVID. Okay, okay. All right. Okay. And you know what's funny? A lot of people wanted them to do a COVID episode. And they just like said everything that would how you say, they specify how every character would react, and it just it made the most sense. Like Bobby would love wearing a mask in public, and like his mask would have like different decorations. Hank
Mm-hmm.
would just put it on, like he wouldn't make a fuss about it. Peggy would sort of protest.
Yeah, I can see that.
Dale Greer would be like conspiracy theorist. Okay,
Oh,
so
was that? Do you think that was probably the Winter Storm? No, the Winter Storm
oh, the Winter Storm was
was
after.
it before?
No, it was after.
After COVID, then, right? 2021.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2021.
Is she still going to see John Redcorn?
It looks like it.
Oh no. This is the past.
Yeah. Oh, the Bobby a little older. See Bobby older.
Yeah. That we're in the same shirt.
Mm-hmm. Arlen Shuttle.
So did they leave? Like,
Yeah, they left. It looks like they left.
I wonder
See
where
Bill
they
crying.
Yeah, I wonder where they went.
I think they moved away for a while. It looks like.
That's very interesting.
And then they got a new neighbor. And then COVID happened while they were gone.
Yeah.
Wait, look right there. This is the part where I want you to look at this little scene right here. I think this gives away a lot.
Who is that?
Exactly. You see, go back like a second and then play it. Just watch Boomhauer.
So is he? Oh, like because I know this kid. You've seen this kid, right?
I can't remember that kid.
This is the nerdy kid. And he had like a father like the same, the like that look exactly the same. Like you could tell that they're
Mm-hmm.
father and son. So I guess he picked up the mother.
Yeah,
That's his
from what
step
it
kid.
looks like Boomhauer has a step family right now.
Yeah. Okay, that's interesting. And
And
it
then
looks
you
like
got
Gribble running for mayor.
you got Dale voting for mayor. I
Yo,
think
I
that's
want to.
hilarious. I think that's gonna be definitely hilarious if we kind of see Dale being like a mayor candidate or actually even winning it. That I can only imagine how funny that could be.
I've seen what's her name? Nancy. Nancy is like also
Hmm.
as being the mayor's wife.
And then that's typical, like when they update your housing and you get rid of the telephone poles and now everyone's got underground electric wiring and fiber.
Oh, that is right. Yeah.
And
I
then it looks like they come back.
Bobby looking good for being in his 20s. Okay.
How old is Bobby supposed to be? Is he supposed to be in
He's
college
he's supposed to be in
or
his I believe he's supposed to be in his early 20s.
early 20s? Okay,
Yeah, yeah.
so
I heard that, and this is really funny. I heard that he's a hibachi chef.
oh really?
Oh wait, your mic went out. Your mic went out.
Oh, can you still hear me now?
You
Hello?
said, "Oh, really?"
Yeah, I did. I did.
Yeah, there's a little bit delay.
Yeah, you were cutting off for a second
Okay.
there too. But I think it's good. But he's supposed to be a hibachi chef now?
Yeah, he's supposed to be a hibachi chef. You know why that's funny, right?
Is this didn't he wasn't there a whole episode where he was like in love with hibachi chefs?
No, so hibachi chef is the reason why Cotton died.
Oh yes. Yes, I remember that. I
Yeah,
remember that. No.
yeah, he was having like a little moment, like getting Vietnam War
Yeah, yeah, the
flashbacks,
flashbacks.
and
Yes.
then
Oh
he
my
had a
god.
heart attack and went to the hospital.
Yes, I
So
remember
it's
that.
so I really wonder if they're gonna tie into that. Um, yeah, but so there looks like there can be a lot. I wonder if they're gonna have if they're gonna explain all this.
They have
Um,
to in the first
I
episode.
mean,
They
like have like actual episodes with it, or they just gonna like talk about it as the episode's going through it. You know what I'm saying?
I think they're just gonna be dropping little things throughout the episode, the first episode, about why they left, why they came back, whatever the case is, but I'm not sure. I don't know why they left. That's why I was kind of wondering, like before this, like, did I miss something from the last episode? Because I really couldn't remember it.
We're getting 10 episodes. The episode titles are Return the King, which is amazing title.
Hmm.
The Beer Story, Chore Money, Chore Problems, Any Given Hill Day, New Ref in Town, Peggy's Fade Out, Bobby Gets Grilled, No Hank Left Behind, A Sounder Investment, and Con Just Uncoupling.
Hmm.
Let me see what happened in the last episode. I kind of swore that I thought Bill died. I thought someone made a joke. I was like, "Oh man, someone ruined it for me."
I don't. I really can't remember that happening, but I could definitely be wrong. It's been a long
Okay,
time
okay.
since I watched
So
everything.
so I figured that this was the last episode, but I wasn't sure because like I was like, this seems like this would be a great final episode, and this was because I'm reading the last episode. It's called "To Sirloin with Love," and this is where Bobby was a part of a team that called out different cuts of a cow. You remember that episode? That's the
Mm.
final episode.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes, I do remember that. I
So
remember that.
like he's like, Dad, like I don't want to be part of this team anymore. Like they are really weird. He's like, come on. And so like, he's in the car and he's like, come on, guys, we gotta do this. Like we love meat. He's like, I don't like meat, I'm a vegetarian. He's like, oh my god, Bobby was right. You guys are weird.
Yeah.
And at the very ending, um, it shows that Hank Hill bought him his own like little grill so he can grill with his son, and so
Hmm.
that when they're grilling burgers or steaks or whatever, the whole neighborhood comes out and you're like, "Oh, we're gonna need more burgers, Dad." Yep, son. And then so they're just grilling. So
Yeah.
that's the final ending.
Okay, yeah, I do remember that then. So I was
All right,
gonna
so
say, I when you said Bill died, I was like, I don't remember anything like that.
okay,
I remember him
I think
having
it
like
was
a
a
health scare, but like
I
that was an older episode.
yeah I think it was a joke. I think it was a joke because I'm not sure if you knew about this on how big King of the Hill has an influence, but did you know that in Japan people argue over the dub? Uh, like they're like, or in Japan they argue on what's better, the dub or the sub.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so they're like, oh no, I like the Texan accents way better. It sounds way better. And so there's like this whole meme that, and you'll like you probably hear people say that like, King of the Hill is an anime of itself.
That's kind of funny. Yeah, you think
Yeah,
about it. It's Japanese anime.
yeah, yeah. It is.
That's funny.
So it's just really funny and ridiculous. And when I was going down there, um, I was reading the comments. Someone said, I love the arc where Bill Daltrey dies, like
Hmm.
his redemption arc or something like that. I was like, he dies. I was like, well, I haven't got to that part yet. Fuck.
That's funny.
I was like, I wonder if they anime opening or something like that. I think there is one or something like that. Oh yeah, the propane.
Lilo and Stitch is the #1 movie.
Also cute and fruity.
I doubt that. Yeah, so like I could probably fight it. Get in the goddamn robot. Yeah, see, I've heard that in Japan there's a genuine discourse about whether King of the Hill should be watched subbed or dubbed to get the best experience. King of the Hill is just Texas anime. So yeah, man, I'm telling you, like it's been known that it's like King of the Hill is an anime of itself.
青い風が今
Stop. You got the fucking 80s/90s Japanese fucking tropes going on right now.
触れるもの求めることに夢中で目にさ
That
え
is pretty well.
まだ知らない痛いけな瞳だけどいつか気
I'm waiting for the
づ
drop,
くで
man.
しょうその背中には遥か未来目指すための羽があること残酷な天使の手で窓辺からやがて飛び立つほとばしる熱いパトスで思い出を裏切るならこの空
I like how they threw Hank's ass in there real quick.
少年よ神話になれ
That's pretty funny.
Exactly, Ravi, who says cartoons just for little kids. So yeah, that was so yeah, it's just that just a little influence that King of the Hill has.
Yeah, I would have never thought that there's like a community in Japan that just is obsessed with King of the Hill. Would have never thought of that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it has that much influence. Ravi says it's basically a version of Recess for grown-ups.
That's kind of funny.
Yeah,
Especially because there's just so much Texas reference in there that I would even find like people in America to struggle to find the relevance in it.
there was another one that I trying to find it. That was like really, really good. But yeah, you have anything else to say about King of the Hill, man?
No, man. One of my favorite episodes to this day is just the one where Bobby and Peggy are cooking on charcoal, and they find out how good cooking on charcoal grills is, and they're trying to keep it from Hank. Man, that is one of my funniest episodes because of how much they. It's like a drug to them. It's funny.
Oh, happy birthday, Ravi. Did we see Lilo and Stitch yet? I'm probably not gonna see it.
I actually did see it. If you're curious about that,
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
did watch it.
if you want to talk about that,
Yeah,
man,
I
hop
give
on
you
this
my
video.
my quick little thing about
Because
it.
I know
It's
that is
my biggest takeaway from that is that I hate Jumba. I hate Jumba in the live action. That is my biggest and loudest complaint about that movie.
yeah, I heard
Jumba,
he's the
as
villain.
he is the villain, which I mean, fine. If you're gonna take away Gantu, I mean, they could have made it work, but I hate Jumba's voice. That's the thing. It's just Zach Galifianakis
Yeah, I heard
talking
Zach
as Jumba.
Galifianakis.
Like I miss Jumba's accent the
Yeah,
most.
the Russian voice, man. It had
Because like I'm not
character.
saying Zach Galifianakis can't play a villain, because I think him as Humpty Dumpty in Puss in Boots was pretty good. I thought he was a pretty good villain.
I didn't know he was Humpty Dumpty.
Yeah, he was Humpty Dumpty. So
There was another time he played a villain as well. The Hermit in like this like underground spy killer movie. Do you know what I'm talking about?
no idea what you're saying, but
Uh,
I'm not saying Zach Galifianakis did a horrible job. I'm just saying that like seeing Jumba not have his voice is one of the most off-putting things to me because of how much I watched Lilo and Stitch growing up. So maybe that's just me. I'm probably really biased on that because Lilo and Stitch was one of my favorite movies growing up. So not seeing him have the Russian evil scientist accent just really throws me off. But all in all, I think the movie was fine. Like it did okay. Like I'll say it's probably the second best live action adaptation, but that's not saying much. Like the live action adaptations are really bad. So right now I'm saying it's probably one of the better ones that's been live action adapted. It's got the heart. I think it's got a modern enough story to hold it up. But I think like just the most off-putting thing is the villain making Jumba the villain, and
Yeah.
also not giving Jumba maybe even his original voice actor or like the same accent. Is definitely a misfire in my opinion. But all in all, I think it still has the heart. It still has.
Really?
I think it does have heart. It does have a lot of heart. Like it really ganks at you a bit. You know, it makes you care. But I think the one that people probably hate the most is the way it ends.
Yeah, I'll point to what Ravi said in the comments, but like, yeah, especially the ending, because I was like, "Are you sure it has heart?" Because doesn't Nani just like, "Hey, see you later. I'm gonna go study."
But it's okay. Yeah,
marine
you could.
biology."
People are saying that, but it's a different. They build up to this. It's like a whole thing. Like in the cartoon, I'm just gonna reference the cartoon because I don't want to give spoilers. But like in the cartoon, it's impossible for a 19-year-old to take care of a child. In reality today, that is nearly impossible.
Okay, I
That
see
is
what you're
not
saying.
that is not a thing that is a possibility, especially in Hawaii's what is it called? Inflation rate. Like their cost of living there is just not feasible for a 19-year-old without a degree to provide. Like it's not feasible. And and in the TV show, the way they supplement that is that Jumba kind of makes things for them to kind of help them get through life, and that's not a thing anymore. So to help ground the show in a way that I think is plausible is yes, Nani still gets her opportunity to grow and still be part of Lilo's life. So that's probably what I'll leave it as, just like to not give spoilers. But I understand that. Like that I understand much better than, you know, a 19-year-old giving up her hopes and dreams, may possibly resent Lilo in the future, barely has enough to make a supplemental income to provide both of them. Like that's just not plausible in today's world. So I think it's an updated, grounded story that will probably rub some people the wrong way because that's not how it ended in the show or the movie, the original movie. So I think it's grounded enough, and the heart is there. And the whole movie has the heart because Lilo is such a good casting, and they did a really good job on Stitch. I think all the budget went to Stitch, to be honest with you, because like Stitch looks so good in every scene he's in. He looks really good for a movie that was supposed to be for Disney Plus.
They said that Jumbo and Fleekley look very off-putting, and they very much do. Like I see images of them, they look like horror monsters.
Yeah,
and I can understand why they have like the cheap effect where they have like little disguises and they just go into like human versions.
exactly. Yeah, so it's definitely a known thing that all the budget went to Stitch, because if Stitch looked bad in any of these scenes, I think it probably would have debunked a lot of things. But Stitch looks great, amazing. I give credit to the CGI animators for that one, and Lilo's casting was really good as well. And they do a good job at building that character relationship between the two of them. And I think it's really up to you, but you decide how you see the ending. But for me, I can understand it because it's a very grounded, real way of an ending could happen, and I think it's the best possible way it could happen as well.
The comments saying he didn't get a name until the end.
He got a name towards the middle. Are you talking about Stitch? Like he named himself Stitch? He got his name.
625 didn't get a name until the end. So she didn't call him Stitch like at the very
she called him Stitch towards the what was it, like it was like the middle of the movie, I would say. But by then, we just got introduced to them. So I would say maybe about 10 to 15 minutes into getting introduced to Lilo and Stitch being introduced, they got the name.
625. Ruben's in the show? Oh.
No, Ruben is not in the show. Not in the movie. There is a Easter egg for Ruben.
Oh, okay.
There's a little Easter egg when Jumba is flipping through his digital form of the experiments, and we see briefly 625 and 624 and 627, I believe.
Okay.
A blueprint model for 627.
I see what's going on, because they're talking about the show, that the movie didn't connect with the show.
I don't.
Like, yeah, like like we're probably not going to see any sequels or any ties into the series.
Most likely we will not, but I wouldn't be surprised if they try to do a sequel.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised.
I keep forgetting that there's so much after Lilo and Stitch.
Oh yeah, there's a lot.
Like, I keep forgetting about the second movie. Stitch has a glitch, and I can't even remember what the whole premise of that was.
That one, I believe, was like Stitch. He quite literally is glitching out because of his programming. I think it was.
Yeah,
it was like mismatching bad.
And then no,
Leroy?
we have not. We'll see that one in a bit. Yeah. So then he went up against not Leroy, and see, that was so weird, because there's one alien that's red and has like a big old forehead, which is 627. And then I thought that was Leroy. I thought that was Leroy for the longest time. And then there's another one right after that, because then they have like the whole, I guess after that, they have the whole series, which I love the series.
The series was really good. That was a good series.
And then, they're catching all the aliens, which I think was another movie right before that, because that's when at the very end all the orbs are falling down, all the pods.
I think that one was just called Stitch, right? That one was just called Stitch.
Yeah. And then right after that is Leroy and Stitch, where I saw Leroy now. Leroy is just literally just a red colored Stitch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm it's very interesting. It's very interesting how much there is. Did you know there's an anime of Lilo and Stitch?
An anime?
Yeah.
I did not know there was an anime.
Yeah, there's it's not good. It's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good. It's not good.
Let me preface by saying it's not good. I loved all the crossovers though. All the crossovers with Lilo and Stitch were bomb.
Yeah, so do you know how many there were exactly?
I don't know how many, but I can tell you the Proud Family, Kim Possible, and was it Jake the American Dragon?
American Dragon and Recess.
Oh, there was a Recess one?
Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw the Recess one.
Yeah, the Recess one was really cool too.
I mean, Recess wasn't airing at all, right? Around that time, that probably was just a special, right? For Recess and Stitch?
I think so.
I don't think Recess was still playing around that time.
So he might have just revived it. But Stitch, in this, it's a continuation, which is really weird. Lilo goes off to college, and she gets.
Oh, really?
she gets a boyfriend, so Stitch is kind of left alone. So it's really interesting. I don't know what the story's about. Um,
What?
no, this is the opening.
So this was on Disney?
No. He finds a new girl to be friend.
What in the world?
I think the animation was pretty bad as well.
This was aired in America?
I think it might have aired right afterwards, but
What in the world?
yeah, I'll show you. Like I found out about it through this one. I found out about it through like one of the cartoon YouTubers I looked through.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like it did look good from what he was doing, but he might have been just picking like clips that are very bad. But there was one
Yeah.
part where Stitch, she meets Lilo, but it's not Lilo, it's Lilo's daughter.
Whoa.
Yeah, and it looks exactly like Lilo. Like I don't know
Uh-huh.
if they're lazy, but she looks exactly like Leo. There's no like different eyes, different. No, it's straight up just Lilo with a different voice. She walks up to Mom and she's like, "No, we gotta go get Stitch." He's like, "Stitch, all right, let's go." You're and Lilo's like, "All right, let's go." And Lilo just looks like Dottie. Like she looks a little bit different, but
Mhm.
the Lilo's daughter just looks exactly like Lilo.
Wow. I didn't even know this existed. I
Yeah.
outside of what you mentioned, I did not know that this show existed.
Yeah.
That's
let's
wild.
see. Let me pull up something because Ravi asked us to look into this. I don't know if you're a fan of it. I'm a fan of it because I still watch reruns uh, to now, and it's a very funny show. Are you familiar with Gumball?
I have seen Gumball.
All right, how you feel about it? You like it? Or
I think I never watched it like religiously. The last show I probably watched around that time period was Adventure Time. So Gumball, I've seen maybe a few episodes from each season. But I know the dad was probably my favorite character. I thought the dad was hilarious. I thought he was just one of those characters that I always am gonna enjoy watching. But Gumball, I'm pretty familiar with.
Yeah, they have a lot of meta jokes, which is
Yeah,
really
they do.
There was the one where they're role playing on the computers, and he's like,
Mhm.
"Oh, I'll give you a look of virus," and his computer explodes. Like, no, what?
Yeah.
And then, there's like just this ice cream lady that's exactly like my majority of all anime fans writing
Mhm.
fan fiction of them. You actually
Yeah.
see that shit.
Yeah. And then there's some adult jokes in there too for some
Yeah.
reason.
It was
There's some that can like fly over some of these kids' heads, dude. I'm just like,
it was
whoa.
really crazy. Yeah,
Can't believe they got away with that one.
I remember me and Teddy were talking about it, like where the balloon it was deflated. He's like, "You
Mhm.
have to blow me. You have to inflate me." And
Mhm.
then like Gumball's like, "We don't talk about this."
Yes, dude. I was like, this is a kid show, bro. What in the world?
That was the one where she was where it was just super crazy. And it keeps going back to my feed for my For You page. And so where Nicole Waterman, she's like trying to talk to the manager. And it's
Mhm.
always someone younger. And
Yeah.
like first it's like a kid, and then she's like, "Oh, finally a woman." And she's like pregnant, and like the womb is talking to her. And it's like, "No, I need to speak to someone above you." And a guy comes in, his junk is talking.
Mhm.
You get it, right?
Yeah.
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 So this
Yes,
is the
dude.
revival. It was supposed to come out the movie, but I think what happened was this happened during when the what's it called?
The writer strike.
not the writer strike. You know what, that might have been also the issue, but I think it was also when they were doing the layoffs, the tax write offs.
Oh, when Warner Bros was doing that,
Yeah,
Warner
so
Bros
like
did a lot to that
yeah,
stuff, dude.
we lost the
We lost
Wile E.
Batgirl.
Coyote, the Wile E. Coyote movie as well.
I wanted
So
to see the Wile E. Coyote movie. I really
yeah,
wanted that one to come out.
it was like called like Wiley versus Acme or something like
Yeah,
that.
versus Acme. I thought that would have been pretty funny.
So this is the revival trailer, and I heard people really liking it. Someone talked about this joke. I think it's really funny. I want you to say like, damn, time goes by so fast, man. I think it's been off the air for 5 or 7 years.
Wow.
I didn't know it's been that long.
Ah,
He's
dude,
fishbowl.
we're late for school. Ugh, how late? About 7 years.
Come on, 7 years.
7 years.
5 more minutes then.
So it's called The Wonderfully Weird. And they always know how to do references. Like, like people always reference that Gumball doing the Super Saiyan.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a pretty good one.
But they had a really good crossover with what's it called? Something like Don't Be Creative or something like that. I'm not sure if you've seen that web show, but that was really fun where they do with the puppets.
I don't think I saw that. I don't think I saw that one. But I think a revival for Gumball would do Hulu pretty good. I can see that. I can see that doing pretty well.
Yeah, I like the little meta joke that this shit is just sitting on dust, man.
Yeah.
This could make us some serious money.
Yeah, it could. It really could. So I don't know. Do you think that they're gonna go with a higher age rating since it's gonna be on Hulu now? Or do you think it's still gonna be targeted to kids?
Maybe. I think because Gumball already does really well with mature jokes, and they know how to be tasteful with it.
Yeah.
So maybe they might push the envelope a little bit, but I think it'll still stay true to itself.
Okay. I could, but I still see it doing well, to be honest with you, because I think there's still, because like I said, Gumball came out around the time that you and I were kind of aging out of animation from here.
Mm-hmm.
So I think right now the age group for this is like I would say like what, between 20 and 25 right now, maybe.
Yeah.
So I would say around that age, I can see them definitely coming back to watch this.
Yeah. And they know how to go for it. Like I know that the fight between Nicole and the Ghost Lady, I think they got the animators from Kill la Kill to do that battle. Like they actually did a whole react to all of Inter's Wow Factor. I don't know what that is. We'll probably do that later, Ravi. And then they did what's the thing? I'm trying to figure out because they do a lot of liberties. Oh, they really know how to get creative because what I wanted to say was, did you see that there was like a commercial or something like that in Japan or China that ripped them off?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. There's like a rip-off Gumball rip-off. Is it Miracle Star? Yeah, okay. This is the copycat. This is
Edit to half.
So like it's just so funny because like Gumball was the Gumball writers were sharing with it like, thank you so much for sharing this with us. we did not know that there was a Gumball ripoff in China. And they can do that because like copyright laws, they don't do anything there. So they actually had a whole episode where it's happening to them, where Gumball ripoff episode. Let me see if I can at least find like just a little clip. So you can see like it's just a whole family just imitating them.
That's kind of hilarious.
What is going on here? What is going on here?
So they were making fun of the people that ripped them off.
I like how you also see exotic food in the background too.
And the how you say it was so weird and it was kind of an adult joke because the only one that wasn't replicated or imitated was the daughter.
Okay.
And do you understand that?
Yes. I is it because it's from China?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
The daughter ended up winning, so it was just really nice. I'm getting a lot of comments to react to all of Inter's Wow Factor. Do you want to pull that up?
Yeah, I don't even know what the hell that is.
I don't know what that is.
Are we about to get baited into something?
Inter's Wow Factor. I don't know, man. Maybe. I don't know what this is.
Kids cartoon?
This is from years ago, man. We'll look at this another time. Because we're already like 9 minutes over time. Because I really want to talk about the Crunchyroll awards. But so going into that, are you ready to discuss the Crunchyroll awards, John?
Can you bring up the list? Because I have not taken a look at the list.
The list? Do you want me to tell you and then you try to predict who won?
I guess that could be interesting because I did not take a look at all of the Crunchy awards.
All right.
How about we go like this? How about you bring up a category, have me guess who may have won, who were the
nominees?
contestants, the nominees, and
Okay.
then you tell me if I was right or wrong, and we'll discuss why they won. I guess.
Okay. So this is also done by a little bit by popularity, So
Yeah,
apparently it's
popularity.
popularity, and then it goes to like a board.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll save anime of the year for the last one.
Okay.
Let's see here. Latin, Spanish, no, Italian, Hindi, German, French. All right, English. We'll start with English.
Okay.
So we got Okarun from Dan, Sung Jinwoo from Solo Leveling, Armin from Attack on Titan Final Season Chapter Special 2, Frieren, Alia from Alia Sometimes Hides Her Feelings in Russian, and Sungwoo Cho as Senshi.
So you're talking about who, like English voice actor?
Yeah, English voice actor.
Okay. If I had to guess, man, maybe Armin.
Armin?
Yeah, if you won by popularity.
No.
Who won?
So the one person that won was Sung Jinwoo.
I see. Yeah, I could definitely see that one.
Like I'll say that he yelled pretty well. Like
he did. Yeah, he did.
That booth screaming.
Yeah, he
So
was.
One,
he was.
I will give it to that. From what I saw, I mean, maybe I would have given it to Senshi, but I think that entire battle yell was really good.
Yeah, you are definitely right on that. Because when you said popularity, I was like, okay, maybe Attack on Titan Armin might win that one. But yeah, I'm glad that's a good winner. That's a good winner.
Japanese, the only ones that you probably know. Well, there's Marcial from Delicious Dungeon, Okarun, Momo from Dan as well.
Ooh.
Freya Ren, Braver from Brave Bang Bravern, and Mao Mao from the Apothecary Diaries.
I'm gonna go with Momo. I think she did fantastic in the Japanese dubs.
She did really well. Yeah, I really liked
Mhm.
her. Unfortunately, it was from Apothecary Diaries.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I wouldn't have known that one.
Yeah.
But did you see that one or no?
No, that was one of the few. That was probably the only one that was part of the anime of the year nominations that I didn't even watch an episode of. I heard
Mm.
it's really good. I heard it's just about a girl eating poison for her lord.
Okay,
Yeah, so
that
it's like
sounds a little weird.
she like ingests poison, so she gets immunity of it. So
Uh-huh.
she's just trying different poisons because her lord keeps on getting poison in his food. You know,
Wow.
so
I mean,
like it's like
that just sounds like you need better security, dude.
that.
What the hell?
um, so best anime ending sequence, we got
Ooh.
one from Nanama Half, uh, Oshino Ko,
Hmm.
The Elusive Samurai, Kaiju number 8, Solo Leveling, and Danadan.
And this is like the ending sequence, correct?
Yeah,
I did not see the first two you mentioned.
yeah. Ranma have an
Mm,
Oshino Ko, and then The Elusive Samurai. I didn't see that one either.
I did really like Dandadan though. I did like Dandadan's ending.
For me, I would say Kaiju number 8.
Yeah, but
Nobody
I
by One
think,
for Bubba was really good.
but I'm gonna go with Kaiju. I think people like Kaiju's a lot better.
Kaiju. All right, so it was Solo Leveling that one. I can't even
Damn
remember
it,
that one. That was
that
last
one
year.
was that was actually a good song. That was a good song.
This one is best anime opening. So it's
Oof.
Abyss by Youngblood, Kaiju number 8, Bling Bang 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 Born by Creepy Nuts from
Mm-hmm.
National Magic and Muscles, Fatal by Oshino Ko season 2, which was really good.
Mm-hmm.
Level by Solo Leveling, Otonoke by Creepy Nuts, Danadan,
Mm-hmm.
or Us by One Piece.
I would have to go with Dandadan.
Danadan won, man.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
That was a really good one.
I think like almost like this was tied with Level, Bling Bang Bang, and Us.
Mm-hmm.
They're really good. That
Yep.
One Piece is art of itself. Opening 26.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
that was pretty good.
best anime score. So I guess this is the music.
The music, yeah.
Yeah, so it's Bleach, Thousand Year, Danadan, Demon Slayer, Freya Ren, Look Back, and Soul Leveling.
Mm, the whole man, my favorite from those was Dandadan. I love the entire score of that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with
yeah.
Dandadan.
I would also nominate that one, but Soul Leveling did one. I
Damn,
do remember liking the
it's
score.
good. It is good. It is good. But I would say I loved every sequence of music in Dandadan
Yeah,
season
they
1.
did. They had a
Every
lot of funky
sequence,
beats.
even when it was like such a small part of the episode, I really loved the music in it.
So I guess this is best anime song.
Hmm.
Um, so Abyss by Youngblood,
Hmm.
Bling Blang Bang, Bashel, Fatal, Oshinoko, Level, Soul Leveling, Otonoke, Danadan, and The Brave by Freya Ren.
I'm still going with Dandadan.
Danadan won.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
I
such a
loved
good
that
one, bro.
song. That was
It's
a good
so
song.
good.
That was a good song.
It's
I
so
still
good.
bump to that. Still bump to that.
Yeah, it was really good. Must protect at all costs character. So I guess this is just a character you want that you have the
Mhm.
need to protect, or I don't know.
Okay.
So it's Anya Forger from Spy Family season 2,
Mm,
Freya Ren, Okarun, Senshi, the Elusive Samurai, or someone from A Sign of Affection.
I think I'm gonna go with Spy Family.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of it's a little girl, so
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. Best supporting character: Fern from Freya Ren, Himmel from Freya Ren, Jinshi from the Apothecary Diaries, Seiko from Danadan. Who's Seiko? Seiko is the grandma, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Senshi from Delicious Dungeon, and Turbo Granny from Dead and Dead.
Ooh, I think Turbo Granny. That would have been mine.
So Fern got the
I can
win.
assume. I can assume that Fern got it. Yeah, from what you've told me on that one.
Yeah, because from what I know is that Fern, she starts off as a child in the show, but she blossoms like really powerful. Like,
Mhm.
so she has really great character development. Best main character, Freya Ren from Freya Ren, Kafka Hibino from Kaiju number 8, Okarun, Mao Mao from Apothecary Diaries, Momo from Dead and Dead, or Sung Jin Woo.
Momo for me. I would have picked Momo.
It's Sung Jin Woo.
Oof, man.
Interesting enough. I don't know. I'm kind of split. I will probably give it to like Momo or Freya Red. I don't know. Like Sungji was too strong
Yeah,
for
that's
me
what
to
I
give it
mean.
to him.
Like,
Like
yeah, like he's just like this overbearing presence in a lot of the episodes. But I guess that was makes him the best character. But for me personally, I would have much chosen Momo. Momo is a really good character in that show. It has like such a high emotional intelligence. So I think that her character was way better.
yeah. There's a best slice of life anime. I doubt you would know any of
No,
these.
I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it.
Yeah, just the one that won was Mikiine, Too Many Losing Heroines.
Don't even know what that is.
Best drama anime. Um, I don't think you've seen any of these. Have you seen Pluto
No, I don't know
or
any of that.
Dead Dead
is.
Demons Dead Destruction?
No,
Okay,
no
all
idea.
right. Best drama anime went to Freya.
Okay, that's weird.
Uh, best isekai anime.
Probably would
There's
not know that.
so this is me. I love isekai genres. There's a lot of contenders on here: Konosuba, Mushoku Tensei, ReZero, Shangri-La Frontier, Season 2, Suicide Squad, and That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Season 3. And the one that won was ReZero. And I think ReZero is the best anime isekai. And I feel like Mushoku Tensei was robbed. I feel like it was robbed because when I watched that season, I was depressed for a good while. I was in the shower just thinking about that season. I think it was robbed. Like I think people voted for ReZero because it was kind of split. It was kind of
Mhm.
split. So half of it was last year, and the other half was this year. So I think people
Yeah.
are voting for because of this second half.
Hmm.
But best action anime: Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, Dan and Dan, Demon Slayer, Kaiju number 8, Soul Leveling, or Windbreaker.
I'm gonna go on a whim and say Solo Leveling won that
So,
one.
Soul Leveling won that one.
Okay.
That was I can assume. I haven't seen Bleach. I feel like Bleach would probably be the only one to go in contender with that.
Yeah, I
And
would have thought Bleach too.
even though I really like Windbreaker, Windbreaker is just dudes like boxing, like even though it's animated very well. Best comedy anime: Delicious in the Dungeon, Konosuba, Mashal, My Dear Friend Dokotan, Ranma Half, or Spy Family Season 2.
Oh man. I mean, I've only seen 2 of those. I don't know. Maybe Delicious in Dungeon.
So I probably would have nominated Delicious in the Dungeon, but Mashal got it.
Mashal got it. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, I know you've seen this one. Best romance anime.
Okay. Which one? I haven't seen. I don't know about that, man.
No, it was a joke, man. It was,
Okay, I was about to say. Like, I thought you
know
were gonna say. I thought you were gonna say Dananan was in there or something.
So Scott Pilgrim is on here. Scott
Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim. The animation came out last year.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
What? No.
Yes, it
feels
did.
like that feels like 2 years ago or 3.
It feels like 2, but it came at the very beginning of when this probably would have been
That's crazy.
been able to be nominated for this.
Wow. The one winner was Blue Box, and that's really interesting because that's the one that my sister is like obsessed with right now.
Mm-hmm.
Best background art: Dan, Delicious Dungeon,
Ooh.
Demon Slayer, Frieren, Pluto, or the Apothecary Diaries.
Now, what season of Demon Slayer is this? Season 3?
Training arc.
Training arc? Oh, I don't think it's that one. I do like Dan's background art, so I'm gonna say Dan.
It's Frieren,
Frieren, got it.
which makes sense. They're more outside.
Mm-hmm.
Best director: Dan, Demon Slayer Training Arc, Frieren, One Piece Fan Letter, The Apothecary Diaries, or Delicious in Dungeon. I need to watch Fan Letter.
Yeah, I do too. I'm just gonna say Dan. What do you think?
So the one that won was Frieren.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to say, man. Like maybe Frieren or Dan. From the few episodes I see of Frieren, I can understand the hype, and I
Mm-hmm.
just haven't finished it. It's something I would really like, and I think you might like it as well, John.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know because it is very fantasy, but the first episode's really emotional. Like it really hunkers down on the theme of the episode.
Okay. Yeah,
Uh,
I have thought about giving it a chance just from like how hype
the
I
hype,
see about
yeah,
it.
the hype.
I have thought about giving it a chance just based off pure hype from what I've seen.
And Onoisimo said he likes it too. That's what also was getting me into it. That
Mhm.
only of all people, he was like, "Oh, you need to watch it. Like it's slow at first, but it really picks up." And I was just so addicted to every episode. I was like, "Wow, I didn't know it was like that good to where I can start recommending it to people." Um, Best character design: Dan, Delicious in Dungeon, Demon Slayer, Frida Ren, Couch Number 8, or the Apothecary Diaries. I don't know what best character design entails, but I guess like you know what? No, I understand this. I understand the winner of this choice because I've complimented this anime for
Is it
its
Frieren?
design. It's Dan.
It's Dan. I would have
Yeah.
thought that someone would have picked Frieren, but I was gonna say Dan in my book, dude, because of all the character design that we've seen from it so far, like
Yeah, the
the
outfits,
design of
bro.
the aliens. So yeah, that's
The
what I mean.
outfits.
Yeah.
The outfits. This one I don't agree with this one at all, man. Best animation. Get the fuck out of here. This was definitely a fucking popularity choice, bro. Best animation, Dan,
Mhm.
Delicious in Dungeon, Demon Slayer, Training Arc, Frieren, Kaiju Number 8, or Soul Leveling.
I'm between Dan and Solo Leveling. I'm gonna stick with Solo Leveling.
Soul Leveling? All
Yeah.
right. It's not Soul Leveling. You know, I'm going to give you 2 more tries, John. You're not going to get this
2
one.
more tries?
Yeah, you're not going to
Is
get this
it-
one.
So I'm assuming it's not Dan. You say you give me 3 chances, so I'm gonna
Because
say
you said Soul Leveling or Dan. So I'm going to count that as 2 choices. You got 1 choice.
Okay. So
Yeah,
it definitely
one choice.
was any of them. Shit. Ain't no way it's Demon Slayer, right?
It was Demon Slayer.
It was
Training Arc.
Demon Slayer? No
Yeah.
way, dude. Best animation?
Yes, I guess
They
that
barely
last.
drew anything, bro. Okay,
I get-
I'm gonna say the last episode. If they're basing animation based off of the last episode, I understand because that last episode carries hard for that season. They gave us a whole bunch of nothing. I would have been fine if they just fast forwarded everything from this season, but I'm okay that they drew it out. But the last episode, I understand. That's all I'll say for that. But if we're talking about solid animation throughout an entire season, it probably would have either been Solo Leveling or Dan for me.
Yeah, it's just
But
so
I
crazy.
understand the level of prestige that is in the last episode of Demon Slayer. I can say okay. I can say that. I'm a little mad about it, but if they're basing it off of the last episode, then I completely get it.
Damn, that my last episode must be cooking, man, to go over like a whole series.
Yeah.
So,
Holy
it's
mama.
crazy. Best original anime. I don't think you've seen any of these. Buchigiri, Girls Band Cry, which I do want to see because they have a really great opening. Jellyfish Can't Swim at Night, Metallic Rouge, which I do want to see. Train to the End of the World, and Ninja Kamui.
I
And the
have
one
not
that
seen any of these. But when you say original anime, you mean that there's no manga, right? To go off
yes,
of? Okay, okay.
yeah. And the one that won was Ninja Kamui.
Okay.
That's Adult Swim Toonami anime, and that's
Cool.
really strange because like it kind of fell off like really bad.
Oh, I did see the hype for that. I
Yeah.
did see the hype for that, and there was like big hype for like the first 2 to 3 episodes.
Yeah,
I
because it's
believe,
really good.
and then nothing. I heard nothing about it after that. I was
Yeah.
like, I guess it didn't land. It didn't stick the landing, dude.
It's because like the very first like 4 episodes is really good. It's like ninja battles, like metallic cyber ninjas. Like it's super good.
Yeah, I heard
But
a
like
lot about this.
but like on episode 5 or 6, they ditch that and they get in these like mech suits, and it's like CGI mech battles, and that's how the whole anime
Mm.
goes from now on. And everyone's like, "What is this?" Like,
But is the writing? I mean, I'm sure you haven't seen it either. But like, do you think the writing is still there? Like, was it writing to help at all with this, or was this all like action that people were praising?
I couldn't tell you, man. All I know is
Okay.
that from that.
Because I heard a lot of hype about the action. That's what I heard hype about. And then like nothing. I heard literally nothing after like the first 3 to 4 episodes.
Best new anime series: Dan and Dan, Delicious in Dungeon, Free Ren, Kaiju Number 8, Soul Leveling, or The Apothecary Diaries.
I think it's gotta be Dan to Dan for me. I would have picked Dan to Dan.
I don't know. All these are a little hard to choose. I might choose Dan and Dan. Delicious Dungeon's up there. But Soul Leveling one.
I'm sure, yeah. I was about to say I'm sure Soul Leveling one, but for me personally, I like Dan to Dan a little more than Soul Leveling.
All right, here's another one that I don't agree with, but best continuing anime series: Bleach, Thousand Year Blood War, Demon Slayer Training Arc, My Hero Academia Season 7, One
Okay.
Piece, Oshinoko Season 2, or Spy Family Season 2.
I'm gonna say One Piece.
One Piece, you would assume, right? One Piece or Bleach. You know,
Yeah.
even My Hero Academia Season 7, War Arc. But nope, it went to the Training Arc for Demon Slayer.
No way, dude. Okay, I can't even say like I'm not even gonna say from that standpoint, like the last episode saves it. No, like that no. As a continuing anime, dude, no way. That should have won. There's no way.
There's just like Demon Slayer fans, which
I mean, there's a lot of them, man. There's a
Yeah.
lot of them out there.
I think it's because like it's also like a lot. I think it's also like a very how you say it? It's like the transition, like it's like everyone's first anime, you know?
I guess.
You don't think so? I think it's like I think Demon Slayer's cemented itself as a
Maybe
gateway anime.
I guess you're right in that, because when I remember Demon Slayer coming out, I remember it being on Netflix for a long time. So maybe that's why it's got such a huge following, a new anime watcher following, possibly because it was on Netflix for so long. At least the first season was.
And the story's very easy to follow. Like
Yeah, exactly.
there's-
Its pacing is very good. Its pacing was very good, but coming into the training arc, like my God, like they didn't have to go through this, because I remember even reading it in the manga. I was so bored reading it, dude. Like it was not very. It didn't keep my attention as well as it should have, and the anime does nothing different about it. But yeah, dude, the ending sequence to the training arc, I will always sing its praise. But to give it the best ongoing anime is not the one, dude.
Yeah, not this time. Maybe when it has the movie. Maybe when it has the movie, but
I'm
not at
still
this moment.
mad they had to give me the fucking movies. I'm still mad about that. I'm still mad I have to go to a fucking theater, dude, to see this shit.
You have to
I
go
am
3
still-
times. You
I have to go three times, and I have to wait for each fucking movie. I'm so mad I gotta go to a fucking theater full of nerds, dude. I'm still so mad. It's gonna smell like ass, bro. It's gonna smell like ass in there. I have to go sit next to fucking dweebs, boo. Because there's only 2 showings on Friday and Saturday, dude. 2 showings. That's probably gonna be it. It's not gonna be widely available. I can just go 10 a.m. on a random Sunday or Tuesday, Wednesday. I can go at a 10 or 11 a.m. to go see that. Nah, bro. Oh man, I'm still livid. I'm still livid. That is still a sore spot for me. I'm still
Oh my
so mad.
god, bro. I'm gonna be so like you need to record yourself watching it because I feel like just you're lucky you're gonna be sitting right next to like I said, Nitsu cosplayer. He's like, can you guess my favorite character?
I'm gonna buy. You know when you go to the movie theaters and like you see the very bottom where there's handicapped people supposed to sit. I'm gonna buy that whole row next to me so that I'm gonna buy the whole row next to the handicap so that no one can sit next to me. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna spend 40
Oh my
bucks so I can
god.
sit by myself.
Um. All right. So, anime film of the year 2025. I don't think you've seen any of these. Haikyuu, The Dumpster Battle, Look Back, Mononoke, the movie, The Phantom of the Rain, My Hero Academia, Your Next, Spy Family,
Ooh.
White, and The Colors Within.
So I have seen two of those. I've seen Look Back and I saw My Hero. I thought the My Hero Your Next is good. I really thought it was good. And Look Back, oh man, I was not expecting that kind of emotional baggage, to be honest with you, dude. Have you haven't seen that one? You should watch it. It's on.
Watch it.
It might still be on Amazon if I remember right. It's like a 40-minute movie, I think.
Oh, do you know what? Look Back. This it's by, I
It
think it might be by the same creator or
yes,
same as
yes,
Chainsaw Man.
yes. It is. It is exactly that.
Yeah. Okay.
It
Awesome.
was inspired by true events that happened to the producer, or not the producer, the manga writer for that.
Wow.
So
Okay.
pretty good. It was a really good story. I think if I had to go based off best movie, man, because he said it's a popularity contest, so I feel like not a lot of people saw Look Back. Um, so I'm gonna go with My Hero because I thought that one was pretty good.
Um. So I think people would prove you. Wait. What's the word?
Prove me wrong.
I think you'd be proud of society because they voted for Look Back.
Oh, that's nice, bro. I really liked
Yeah.
that one. I even got Gladys to watch that one. That was pretty good.
Oh, that's cool, man. Oh, that's really good. um. Yeah. I was like, I don't think it. Honest, you probably saw My Hero Academia. I doubt you seen the other one. Okay, that's really cool. You seen Look Back. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, Look Back was really good. So I definitely recommend you watch that one.
But all right, we're down to the last category, which is anime of the year.
Mhm.
Dan and Dan, Delicious in Dungeon, Freya Ren, Catch Number 8, Soul Leveling, and Apothecary Diaries.
Man, dude, I feel like I'm gonna get this one really wrong, but I'm gonna say probably Solo Leveling got it, didn't it?
They did get it.
Okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Not my
And,
choice, not my choice for anime of the year, but mine would have been Dan to Dan.
mhm. So the thing is, and a lot of people are saying that because voting happened, they're saying that a lot of people are going on Soul 11 because the hype because season 2 happened. So this
Mhm.
voting didn't happen like after, words. So people are kind of like riding the wave of season 2. And
Got
even
it.
then, um, like I can't I probably wouldn't give it to Soul Leveling season 1, Um, I would most likely get it to Danadan. And what's super weird is that there's like a lot of outbursts from this, and a lot of people are mad at Soul Leveling 1 and that Free Rent did it.
I was gonna say I would have thought that Freeman won. Like
Yeah.
I thought picking Solo Leveling was going out on the whim because I know Solo Leveling is a little more popular than Dan to Dan, but I know right now people are on the hype train for Freeman. So I thought that
Yeah.
one would have won. So I thought I was wrong by picking Solo Leveling.
Yeah, because Free Rent's season 1 is long. It's like at least
Mhm.
20 something
Oh
episodes.
wow, okay.
Yeah. So like even Oni was like, I can't believe Solo Leveling won. Like I know I didn't give it a chance, but like Valorant is so good. And like we were just having the conversation, like I think last night, and he's like, "What do you think?" And I was like, "Well, from my scene, I think Valorant's like really does a really great first episode. It's really emotional." And I told him I wouldn't give it Solo Leveling. Like that was my number one anime, and I'd
Yeah.
said this. I said this before. I was like, um, that Frida Red would probably be my top 5 more than likely if I probably watched the entire season, which I didn't. I think I had Kaiju number 8 in my top 5 and something else. I can't remember. But
Did you have Delicious in Dungeon up there?
Yeah, I did have Delicious Dungeon.
Okay.
I think that was like top up there. So Lovely, Delicious Dungeon, and what's the other one? We're up there, but I think like Free Rent I would have really enjoyed, and a lot of people are upset about that one. Um, and I feel like I have a feeling that if I like it, I'll probably be like, yeah, Free Rent should have won.
I still need to watch that one too.
Because the thing is, So Lovely, season 1 doesn't have any emotion. You haven't seen season 2,
No,
right?
yeah, I did watch season 2.
You did.
Yeah, but I would say like Solo Leveling is kind of like no, just stick with me. I'm gonna say it's a lot like One Punch Man
Yeah,
in the sense that it's like one superpowered character that kind of has like a one-dimensional way of thinking. So it shares a lot of similarities with that. Obviously, it's very different than One Punch Man because he's not like the absolute strongest being in the world right now. Because like as of right now, there is kind of like some way for him to get stronger, and there's like some type of challenge to some things that he's doing. But in the sense of like character development, it really depends on the characters around him that give you the emotion, that give you the climb, that give you that drive for something that's gonna happen. Like it really depends on that. Like as an anime character, that's why I really like Dan a lot better as story wise, because there's just so much more going on with the characters that we like right now. And with that character, he's just so one dimensional, and he's just this they're painting him to be this all powerful being.
yeah,
But with really no emotional ties, like other than his mom and his sister, there's no real emotional ties. And even at that, we're kind of not even seeing too much of him. It's a little weird. So I can definitely see why people would want other animes to win, because him as a character is very one dimensional.
yeah. The animation is really clean. I'll give it that. The
Yeah,
fight scenes
yeah.
are
Fight
gorgeous.
scenes and animation and all that. Like no arguments here. Like I'm not gonna give any argument for that. But like I'm talking about like as a story,
Yeah,
as a character development, like it's pretty weak.
But like from what I've seen from Free Rent, the first episode, which is emotional, and from the episode 6 or 7, I think it's episode 6 of Dan. Oh my
Yeah.
god, like that those should have put it right above Soul Level, because I've seen scenes in Dan, and I've seen like clips of Free Rent, which is what I really want to get into. Like, ooh, that animation is beautiful, but that's my take on it. I think anime Crunchyroll should try doing a lot better. More like the Game Awards, not go by popularity vote. I know you can still vote, but I feel like with Crunchyroll, they take the votes as second priority.
Yeah, like are you talking about like having more critic votes?
Yeah, having more
Matter?
critic votes. And I think
Got
with the
it.
Game of Year Awards, fan voting is second priority.
Yeah.
So yeah. But that's my final thing. You have any final thoughts, John?
No, man, I think I kind of gave it all already.
Yeah. But anything else to react to, or
I don't have anything off the top of my head.
all right, cool. All right, well, I think that's about it. Thank you guys so much for checking us out. Make sure to like and subscribe. Let us know what you think about the Crunchyroll Award, Anime Awards so far. King of the Hill coming back, and the Gumball Revival. Let us know down below. All in all, stay crunchy.